I've been learning English for basically all my life, for as long as I can remember. But the thing that really made a difference for me was switching from the way I used to consume entertainment. So instead of watching Polish movies, I turned to watching movies in English with Polish subs, and then I went for English subtitles. And later on I switched to English side of the internet. So I went on Reddit, I went on Instagram, and so on and so on. And I was following the creators who only created content in English, and that really made a difference in the way I write right now. And shows, TV series, and films really influenced the way I spoke. I mean, I'm a little rusty now because of the COVID and my asthma issues, but otherwise I believe that I took really a lot from it. So I honestly recommend it, and that's a really good way to improve your English, learn some cool phrases, and sound a little bit more like a native speaker.
I've been learning English for a long time, but what really made difference for me was a trip to England, where I studied in a private language school, and it was really interesting experience for me because I improved my speaking skills and improved my grammar. I personally recommend to consume foreign language media. For example, you can read books in English or some news, and also I can advise you to watch Netflix series with subtitles and write down unfamiliar words and try to use them in your speaking and or in your essays. It doesn't matter, just to use them in your everyday life.
So I've been learning English since kindergarten, basically, but I think that the real breakthrough happened when I started watching English shows and movies and reading English books. And I think that at that time I really started to love the language and learn the correct pronunciation and learn a lot of vocabulary. So I think that that's what I would definitely recommend if you want to learn English.
So I started learning English when I was in preschool, so I guess that English was always present during my life. But basically I learned through classes, and I advise you very strongly to pay attention in your classes, but also in order to actually level up your skills in English, it's very important to immerse yourself fully into the language. So when you're watching your favorite movie or Netflix series, I recommend you to turn off the subtitles, listen to a lot of English songs, and get to know maybe a little bit of history of English language and English IELTS, and basically just try to get something interesting that you might find in English movie.
So hi, I'm Julia, and I started learning English when I was a kid, and I mainly learned it through playing video games. So my suggestion to you is to change the language that you're playing into English, and as you become more advanced, to turn off the subtitles, and also to try to find some online games when you could play with people from around the world that also speak English, so that you can have this constant ability to speak in this language.